Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. Hello? My thing not working? Hear my audio? Hello? There, it's
Yeah, I
working.
hear you.
Okay. Thought it was fucking up. Kill Bill. Both Volume 1 and Volume 2. What do we think? I'll let you guys go first.
It's what's the word? High art schlock. Like, it's schlock, but it's very good. It's very well made.
I agree. Not to the level that motherfuckers hype it up to, but it's still a good movie.
It's not a bad movie. About that. Let's just start off.
It's nowhere near bad. In fact, it's excellent,
Jumping
as
off
most
point.
Tarantino films are. They're excellent. But
They have a ceiling.
people try to put them in a category that I don't think you're freaking wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah, or it's like you're saying, the inner story of the characters. Like, yeah, that's not really there. But conventionally, yeah, it's very good.
I mean, it's there's definitely symbolism. Tarantino does some work, like, or someone told me a couple of years ago. They're like, "Yo, man, come here. Let me tell you about Pulp Fiction, right? All right. In the suitcase is what's his name? Marcel Wallace. What's his name?
Yeah, Marcellus Wallace.
Marcellus Wallace. It's his soul inside of the suitcase. He sold his soul, and now he stole it back. He's carrying it around and shit like that. It's about like if you read the verses of the Bible, bro. The movie's kind of like that. I was like, I can somewhat see that.
Don't you have to explain that? I mean, I kind of see it too. But
No,
Yeah.
he never
Huh?
made. Well, he never defined what it is.
yeah, which like it doesn't make it a bad thing, but it's just I can't have people telling me shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit. I don't know. Tarantino does have some religious-ography in his fucking work. For sure he does. For sure he does. In fact, I think he leans towards the dark side of things. Almost where he's like, yo, Manson, he's a fucking poser. Fuck that pussy. I'll make a movie shitting on him and his whole little crew of weirdos. Like he rewrote history to beat up the Manson family.
They did it with Hitler too. Did it with Hitler. Did it with
Nazis.
plantation owners.
Yeah.
Did
It's
it
a
with,
history of fuck you guys, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He makes movies like it's just a big combination of things he puts together that are they're not meant to be together traditionally, and he has fun with it. He I think he makes them for himself. I think, like he just he writes what he likes to see.
I agree with that. At least like historical events. At least. But there's something there to it, I think. And there's a little woo-woo shit to it. I think there's an idea there that he thinks of, that he puts in his movies. Like something that actually grabs my imagination a little bit. Once again, I could be absolutely dead wrong about all this. But like Django Unchained, right? In the end scene when it's right, they kill all the fucking slave owner guys, right? And they're all in the fucking mansion. And he's like, Django, you son of a bitch. Right? And then right, they fuck all those dudes up. Then they're on the outside and they blow the house up. right? And it's just like a weird looking aesthetic there. I'm like, huh, the fuck is that? No, I just looked bizarre, and it's like, what is that doing in the movie? It doesn't make too much sense to me. But it's just like bizarre looking. I don't know how to explain it. It just aesthetically looks weird. I don't know, that's one example, I guess. But I don't know. That's I think it's reaching too far into maybe some of the woo woo sense of
Yeah.
like what Hollywood does and shit like that. It's not even Hollywood. It's just like creators, right? You have to be a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
think-
eccentric to be these type of creators.
Yeah,
I
I think
see
that's
some
what
ideas
that's what
there.
I was gonna say. Where he may have something he wants to say, but he wants you to leave the movie having some fun. Like you went to the movies to have fun,
Yeah.
and he's trying to make it witty, but having fun is the utmost important sometimes.
Well, he's good at entertaining audiences, 100% with dialogue. Even the action scenes that even look like a little weird or clunky actually make sense to the other action scenes within a movie, especially with like Kill Bill, right? Where it's like you cut an arm off and it's blood spraying everywhere. It's like, well, that makes sense with the rest of the movie, so it isn't a minus at all, in my opinion, at least.
Same thing with Django.
Like, oh, that's it on purpose, right? Dust Before Dawn, whatever it's called, right? Dust Till Dawn,
The Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Like, that's kind of an aesthetic he does, which is like kind of comical, but I guess supposed to be like gory, I guess. Probably his love for horror films. Probably
Yeah.
bleeding into his love for
Yeah.
action, drama, black exploitation, westerns. I guess we're kind of watching his childhood love, or maybe even young adult love of film, rolled up into movies. Like, you know what? I appreciate that. I really do. Anyways, all right. Kill Bill. Where does this rank for Tarantino films? What do you guys think? Where's it rank? Is it
I
the
got a
best?
more
Is it in the
nuanced-
middle? Oh,
I have a
God.
more nuanced take about Tarantino because he hires compromised actors. He always says he wants to hire the best actors he can, but at the same time, he hires the ones that are going through some turmoil, and he gets them in their movies, in his movies, and they turn out to be okay. But at the same time, it's like Uma Thurman almost died making that movie. You know, she broke her neck in a car accident. So
I did not know
and
that.
other things.
What the fuck?
Other
Oh,
things
yeah.
like Brad Pitt was going through a divorce.
Yeah, she almost died.
Bruce Willis, he's got fucking dementia. We've known it for years.
Bro, Pulp
He didn't
Fiction's
have it
years
at that
ago.
time.
That's
Yeah,
years
he didn't
ago.
have that at that time.
He was
It was
prime.
John Travolta.
There's
John
other things going on
Travolta.
too, like Harvey Weinstein and that fucking chick that he put in. What was that movie with the fucking Bruce Willis? He was in that too. Rose McGowan, she was in it. He picks actors that are on their way out because all kinds of bad things happen to them. He puts them in his movies. He doesn't really find any new fresh actors, you know?
No. Not for leading
doesn't.
roles. No.
No, no, and then the the few he gets, like Uma Thurman, he almost killed her. So I don't know, but that's just my take on Tarantino. I don't think he's a good person. I think he is. I think he's partially a Jew, and I think he wants the money.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
I think he always wants to hire the best actors, but he wants them. He wants to hire them when they're on their way out, and he's
I can't.
artsy.
Okay, keep going.
I can give him the artsy thing. I'm gonna give his whole body of work. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
So
Okay.
so wait a minute. So in Pulp Fiction,
Even Mazdan, Harvey Keitel, all this stuff. It all comes back to him being in a Hollywood insider, knowing all these actors are like, "Oh, you got a problem? I'm gonna hire you for my fucking movie. I'm gonna make it work because I'm gonna do it on the cheap. I'm gonna make it a goddamn comic book movie because I know comic book movies are coming out." And that's what he does.
I think that's a stretch and a half, to be honest with you. I think everything you just said is a stretch and a half, to be quite honest. And I don't think he's that
The
high
only
art of a
the
style
only
creator. I
the
think he
only
has more.
actor that's gonna put up a fight the only actor that's gonna put up a fight with him is Samuel L. Jackson.
He's in all the movies. What the fuck? He puts up a fight, but puts him in all his movies too. Not all of them, but a lot of them, at least.
Jackson keeps him straight, bro.
Okay.
If it weren't for Jackson, he'd go off the deep end.
Yeah, I can't speak for that at all. But and I don't think I wouldn't call Tarantino high art. I'd call it
No.
interesting and unique, for sure, and entertaining as fuck, and like entertaining dialogue even. But if you dig deeper into like, okay, what's the point? What's he
They're
trying to
simple.
say?
Yeah,
I
they're
don't-
simple things.
I don't think it's the craziest shit ever. I think the most compelling thing I've heard was about Pulp Fiction with the whole like, Marcellus Wallace sold his soul to the devil, and he's carrying around his soul in a fucking suitcase, like he stole it back, and that's the glowing thing inside the suitcase. That made more sense to me than anything when it comes to subtext. There's stuff in here too that's interesting in Kill Bill, in both Kill Bill movies. There's some interesting things there, but it'd be me guessing. I can't put my finger on it exactly. But nonetheless, at the very least, Tarantino in the Kill Bill films, let's stick with those. There's nothing bad to say about it for me.
No.
I think you're crazy if you find something bad to say about those two movies combined together. Like it's basically one giant movie, but I'd be dumbfounded if someone said like there's such a major negative that it drops the score of the movie. I wouldn't be able to believe that. I think he did a great job with it. Like it is like a superhero thing. And it's also these other genres of fucking samurai and fucking cowboys, and I think it's fucking cool. It's cool. You know? It's cool, it's dope. And entertaining. Yeah, even the dialogue, when it's supposed to be something meaningless or nothing, it's turned into entertainment, and you're actually captivated by it. Or I am, at least. That's the specialty of Tarantino, and taking kind of situation that's supposed to be like kind of mundane, where it's like, okay, stop talking, get to the action scene. He wants you to stay in the talking scenes, and then he pulls off an action scene after that. And that's kind of the brilliance of Tarantino, and why his movies are like god tier entertainment, like straight up. That's his MO, in my opinion. I should be saying a lot more about this movie, but something tells me that there's a lot of younger people who have not seen the Kill Bill series, and thankfully he stopped that too and didn't keep going. Two, aka one giant complete movie. That's the way it's supposed to be fucking done, and he left it there beautifully. Jesus, it's just like not even plot things I want to go over. It's my feeling is essentially like, yo, go watch the fucking thing.
Yeah,
You don't need a reviewer, bro, for Kill Bill, the series. You don't need it to pick up on anything. It's all right there.
Recommend. Just need to recommend. That's all.
Yeah. Great
Thank you,
movie.
later.
Go watch it. Is basically
Yeah, thank me later. Watch it later. Watch it now. Thank me later.
like, there's no reviewer needed. There's no deeper reading to read into. I mean, I think there's symbolism here and there. Once again, I can't confirm that as where the guy was going, but it wouldn't. Whether you take it as symbolism or you take it as just a script and entertainment and dialogue and plots and all that shit, you'll walk away happy, I think. So, Kill Bill, 2,000,000% recommend. My score, I'm scoring them both together because this is not two separate movies. It's not. Sorry. It's one giant movie. Let's be honest about that. My score, Kill Bill gets an 8.3 out of 10. 8.3 out of 10. It is fucking solid. It is A to B. You'll be entertained. It will hold your attention. It will do the right type of self-referential dialogue and plot, right? Where it calls back to certain things. That's happening within the story. And you won't miss them because you'll be paying attention, most likely. I think the way he does dialogue and the way he does action sequences and all that shit, you will actually remember what he's referring to. Whether it's movie 1 or movie 2, you'll know what he's referring to because it'll hook your attention. That's the beauty of Tarantino style writing. And yeah, excellent. 8.3.
He makes okay movies, but let me tell you something. What actor has he made
Has he made?
that he didn't poach? There you go. Think about that.
Actors that he's made? I don't
You
know.
don't have to make
Samuel
him,
Jackson.
you don't have to make him an actor.
He didn't make Samuel. I don't think that.
Samuel don't get where he's at
Was
without
Uma make-
those first cut with Jackie Brown, fucking.
Yeah, okay. Jackie
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that made him because that dude's in
Yeah.
someone like he's in a random thing like Jurassic Park, too, right? Where it's like that's the opposite of Tarantino films, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't getting lead roles till after Pulp Fiction.
Here's the thing. He's a director producer and he's not making new actors. He's poaching the old ones. So that's my entire thing with Tarantino. It's like
It's like he has a lifelong
he's been
contract
doing this
with
for 40
Samuel
years. He can't create a star.
and Michael Madsen.
But who does create stars? I don't know who creates stars in the first place. Like, I
Don't
don't
they
know.
create themselves by making good movies?
I don't know who creates these great actors in the first. Like, I don't think it's directors. Maybe they have a good chemistry, and they happen to nail it in this one project. But I don't see as the directors
I
and
don't
writers
It'd
creating.
be like, oh, these directors like GMs and managers? Like, I don't think that's. And the actors are players. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. And if a guy works with a particular director or writer or whatever the fuck, and their movie's excellent and everything they do after that is shit, maybe because that guy should be typecasted as, or that
Yeah.
girl or guy should be typecast as that character. That's where they
No,
fit in the
no,
best.
Unfortunately, like
Because Tarantino, when he's about to make a movie, he casts the ones that are like in turmoil in some shape or form in their life.
I still don't
He's
have
So
that
he-
proven for me.
unfortunately, like I think you gotta
he
look at
cast Leo.
for the Tarantino. You gotta look at Harvey Weinstein. You gotta look at Miramax. You gotta look at the studios that he worked for. Those are the kingmakers. Where like he said that like, oh, I couldn't find funding for Pulp Fiction. And when I went to Miramax, they told me, yo, I need X, Y, and Z in my movie because they're Miramax properties. So if you want your movie made, you need to have. He had to have Harvey Keitel, and he wanted Matt Dillon, and Matt Dillon said no to Butchie, but then he got Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis's part was part of that studio. So Bruce Willis being in the movie helped him make that movie, but he had to convince Bruce Willis because Bruce Willis wanted to be the John Travolta character.
Vincent. Yeah.
Yeah, so you had Travolta, Uma Thurman, Samuel L. Jackson.
Say Uma
Like-
Thurman too, dude. You can say Uma Thurman was helped by him. But I
See
don't
on the
even look at
cover.
it like that though. I don't even look at it. It's like a silly way to look at it.
Yeah.
Like what? Like who did Scorsese? Did Scorsese make Robert De Niro, or was Robert De Niro always there? Did he make Joe Pesci?
The Godfather made De Niro. Let's be honest about that. The Godfather too. Oh my God, that's his like coming out
He-
party.
Or does Scorsese didn't even want Ray Liotta? Robert De Niro told him to cast Ray Liotta.
There you go.
Like who did Spielberg make? Richard
Just
Dufresne.
face it. Miramax just gave Tarantino, the other companies too. They gave him the hand-me-down actors that need work. Just saying.
But what I'm saying is that he had to do what they told him as far as who to cast.
I can't confirm or deny any of these things being made or any of these things being said, but I don't know. I think actors, granted, there's probably a lot of politics and money moving around and shit like that, and who owes who, and I'm sure there's plenty of that shit going down, but I don't see any directors or writers making an actor. Yeah, it probably usually comes down to choice, maybe. Like what projects they're willing to do versus ones they're not willing to do. But I'm sure there's a lot of politics behind it. I'm sure.
Well, and it's like you said, it's like it's only one movie. You have to continue to build upon that.
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
So Uma did almost die making this movie.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But I love Uma Thurman, man. She's
Mm-hmm.
before this shit. Or before I saw Kill Bill, I already liked her. Gattaca. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the movie.
This is probably, let me think. This is probably for me the number 2 project for Tarantino. Number 1 has to be Pulp Fiction, right? For me, this is number 2. The Kill Bill series is number 2. What's up?
What's number 3?
Number 3 might be
Mhm.
Reservoir Dogs. Because I love Death Proof, but I know it's not the caliber of film as these other things are.
No.
But I like Death Proof. So I think number 3 is either Django or Reservoir Dogs. Once again,
I
like,
think Reservoir Dogs came together, like end to end, it came together well.
yeah, it's once again very entertaining, very entertaining. Which is what the downfall for Tarantino for me. It's like, yeah, like what else are you trying to say, man? Like, what else are we doing here? And it's like, yeah, entertainment wise, Pulp Fiction will always be one of the best films ever. Like, I have to feel that, right? But does it pass some of these other movies that can do the storytelling shit, the dialogue shit, but also add, a little bit of extra gold to it? I don't think he's pulled that off. Is there anything like where you watch a Tarantino and it's like, damn, this is like life changing? I don't think so. Granted, once again, my grade for this series is an 8.3. That's very high. That's a very high score, but it's not in the god tier territory where it's like, god damn, this movie is excellent on every level. But that's my own personal opinion. I'm sure there's people that get things out of some of the Tarantino stuff. Anyways, grades, recommendations, anyone? Please, commentary. Please go ahead, say it.
No, I recommend for sure. Goes without saying. I don't really have a grade. I don't know. Just a good movie.
Yeah,
It's better than Marvel.
Oh, I mean, that, yeah,
it's 10
yeah.
times better than that shit. 10 times better. Even the hero shit in this shit is like 10 times better. She's right. The bride, or Uma Thurman, is basically like a superhero, and right, we go back to her somewhat of an origin story, or a couple different origin stories. The origin of her revenge tour, and the origin of her learning her skills and shit like that. Like, okay, this is like some superhero shit. It's just more of like, oh, this is interesting and entertaining, more than it is like what does it mean to be a good person? You're not really going there in the movie, right? You're not going there for good person. It's more of my team versus your team, right? The bride versus all the people that betrayed her or whatever. It's not really about morality at all, right? Doesn't seem like that. It's more about seemingly more about the revenge, I would say. But that makes for interesting, entertaining content. But yeah, recommendation scores. Anyone, please go ahead. Jesse, I'm sure you're a Tarantino fan. Lay it out for us, bro. Lay it out.
Well, no, I really enjoyed this movie. I struggled a little bit to come up with like what to talk about on this one because I I really enjoyed. I was very engaged on the scenes, like mainly on the fight scenes. They're interwoven with the dialogue. They talk. That I was remembering so much about this movie, even though I haven't seen it for I don't know how many years. And so I was having fun watching it. I There's a lot of memorable parts. So um, I just didn't didn't think as much though. I just kind of it wasn't just visual like enjoyment like when you watch like a fight scene, like just pure action can bore me sometimes, like if it's just
Mm-hmm.
nonstop. So
Yeah.
like while he's doing that, he'll layer things on, and he doesn't stick with one style. He has a lot of styles, and so you just kind of see how he plays with these things together, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It is not meant to be like uh I don't think he means it to be perfect. He's just kind of like peppering things and just showing you his art. So that's what it is to me. Like I think this one just it's definitely for entertainment. I didn't see anything like profound or like symbolic. Um, there's much more of a um, like Western showdowns and some like sense of like honor code things. Like they couldn't kill her while she was unconscious. They constantly referenced like not killing her that way, like just too cheaply. Uh, and so
Samurai movies.
um,
Okay.
yeah, that was definitely from the samurai kind of disciplines. So yeah, I mean overall, I just enjoyed it.
Okay. Right. That's in even Pulp Fiction. They scatter shots, fucking genres, and not genres, but like, I guess genres, like types of movies, right? Where where Bruce Willis is like, no, not this
Music
one.
selection.
No, not this
Yeah,
one. The fucking samurai sword. Give me this shit. And then he runs back down there and saves Marcellus Wallace. Right, and then obviously westerns and you know Dust Till Dawn, fucking Hateful Eight, obviously. Django, like a western almost down there. It's like probably like his childhood films that he loved, and he just peps up and modernizes the entertainment of it. Or there's no like, there's no gates holding it in. Like he's allowed to say fuck or call someone a cunt
Bro,
or whatever.
bro literally slurped tequila off Selma Hayek's feet
Yeah.
after she was molested by Harvey Weinstein.
Oh goddamn. I got nothing for that. I don't know. I don't know. I never really looked too hard into the Weinstein shit. I don't know. I've heard it from Rose McGowan a little bit, but for the most part, I didn't look into it too hard. Really, I figured weird shit was already happening to actors from.
And Antonio Banderas tried to stick up for her, and he almost got canceled.
Well, like I said, I have no idea. I've not looked into it myself. But anyways, Kill Bill. There, especially if you haven't seen it before, go watch both of them back to back. No breaks in between. Maybe one bathroom break. Otherwise, fuck that. Sit there, watch the entire thing all the way through. Once again, I'm hoping more people who are into like creating themselves will take some of these, some of these movies we watch and be like, yeah, this is something valuable for a learning process. I think this is there for that. But if you're just for entertainment, this is also here for that. If you want higher caliber filmmaking, this is also here for that. Like I think this is just it's there, and I think anyone from any generation should be able to watch this and not get turned off by it or think of it as out of date at all. I think this is right up everyone's alley when it comes to movies. Especially some of the things I see people liking so much today. This movie should fit in right into your fucking, catalog of movies.
I'm not a lesbian, though.
What?
I'm
Whatever.
a lesbian, though.
Anyways, Kill Bill. I recommend 8.3. High grade. Awesome movie. Enjoy it. There's your review.